Hello, I've been looking through my YouTube account and I've had a couple of messages off a gentleman. There's a bit of a video on my channel about how to aim a catapult or a slingshot, and it's not very clear. I rushed it really, so I'm going to try and do a little bit more of a detailed but yet simple video tutorial on how to aim a catapult or a slingshot. The gentleman's name is Salim Jafar. Thanks for your messages, Salim. This video is going to be trying out people just to learn the basics about how to aim a catapult, how to shoot a catapult, and hopefully it might just help someone out. I watched a lot of videos myself online when I learned about 3 years ago, which was helpful. So if this helps somebody, all the better. I just want to take this opportunity as well just to say thank you everyone for watching. I love reading all your comments, and I think I've got about 5,500 subscribers at the minute, which is unbelievable. There's a lot of people that watch it and choose to watch it, so thanks to everybody. I appreciate every single one of them. If you're not a subscriber, you don't have to. I'm not telling you to, but I really would appreciate it if you did subscribe, because it helps me out with my videos. And I also, like I said, I enjoy reading the comments and stuff like that, so plenty of comments on there. I would do try and get back to everybody. Yeah, so without further ado, I'll do the video. There's two different styles of shooting. There's a few different styles of shooting, as in full butterfly or whatever else. I'm not going to get into any of that. Simply two forms of shooting depending on which a shooter likes best. First, it's called TTF, or through the fork. This is my favourite way of shooting. Now what through the fork means is when the ball is travelling, it's going through the forks because you're on a side angle. So if I'm to aim, I'm looking down the sight of the band on the top, and that's the first style, which I'll go into in a minute. And the next is OTT, or over the top, which is like this. And what you want to be doing on here is, some people can shoot it upright, like that. Never put your thumb in the middle. Never do that. Never do that. So some people shoot it upright, but a lot of people, and the most easiest way, is to shoot it on its side, which is called gangster. So some on a 45 degree, some shoot it like that. Easiest way to learn is to shoot it on that angle, just gangster they call it, don't know why. And then pull it back to the side of your face, and what you want to be doing is looking down the top band. So this band here, we want to be looking down there when you're aiming. And you put that on your target and put your anchor point, which I'll learn you how to find it. And they're the two different styles. Before you start, you're going to need some kind of backdrop. So if whatever you're shooting at, make sure it's safe behind, either put a sheet up or something like that. What you want to start with is a big piece of cardboard. I haven't got any cardboard. If you haven't got any, you can use a bit of insulation board, big piece of paper, but as long as you've got something at the back. I'm going to be using plasterboard, because I've just cleared the shed out and some plasterboard there, so the projectile will stick in it and there's no risk of it going anywhere else. But I'm also going to put it in front of my catch box, so that's going to catch any ammo that gets through. No one can get hurt, no vehicles can get hurt, etc. There's kids walking past and stuff like that outside where I live, so I've got to make sure it's safe and do the same. Always practice safe shooting. So anybody watching any of the hunting videos and stuff that I do, you think, oh, that looks great, I'll go out and have a go of it, I'll go and just try it. You can't just go out and try doing it. No, not to blow my own trumpet, but you need to get some practice in. It's no good you going out and trying to kill an animal if you can't hit an object big as that, because that's the size roughly of everything's head. So you need to be hitting targets as big as that at roughly 10-15 meters. If you can't get into that direction, you're only going to injure or maim it, and it's just going to suffer. So I don't recommend that. I don't do it myself. I've never done it, even when I was learning out. So I'm going to give you some tips and tutorials on how to shoot a catapult. And again, thanks very much for one of the subscribers who's brought this up a couple of times, and I hope this helps you out. So we'll start. I want to start with a sticker on a target. So we've got some stickers here. So I'm going to shoot at one of these first. We'll set the cameras up, and I'm going to deliberately miss. So I'm going to go higher. I'm going to start TTF. We'll explain more as the video goes on. One more thing you want to be practicing basically as well is something you want to get right before you start doing any shooting is don't stand square on. Don't put your 2 feet together because you're going to be unbalanced. So if you're right-handed, you put your right foot forward, your dominant foot forward. Both feet facing directly away from you, so like you're facing forward, and then turn to the side, your arm fully stretched out to there. If you just slightly bend your legs, just slightly, pull your catapult back, it gives you plenty of movement, so any wind or anything like that, make sure your feet's level. You don't want to be taking your shot and your feet be on level and lose your balance, because your shot's going to obviously go way off. Just feet and legs nice and balanced, draw back, bang. Practice getting that right, your posture and your form, and that's one of your first tips to do. So before you start shooting anything, get your stance right. Catapult nice and straight arm, and this will all become natural to you. Keep shooting. I've said it before in other videos, keep shooting, keep standing, keep practicing. If it's too dark to shoot outside, look in the mirror. Don't keep letting your bands go if there's no ammo in it, and obviously don't put any ammo in it if you're indoors. But just grab your pouch, pull back, and look. Just stare in the mirror and do it. Keep practicing. Don't need to let go of the pouch. Don't want to be drawing, you'll ruin your bands. Just pull back, get your stance. Stand in there, get back, stance. Keep going over that routine, keep practicing it, and it will become natural to you. So another big thing to look at is your frame. Once you've got your stance and you know how you're going to be shooting, think of your frame. So your frame's got to be vertical like that. Don't have your frame like that while it's in your hand. Don't have it back while it's in your hand, because what you're going to do is get a fork hit or you'll hit your hand. So that's got to be dead straight. Dead straight there. Not forward, not back, not twisted that way, and not twisted that way. If I'm shooting and I'm pulling that catapult away from me and like that, then it's making a hell of a lot of difference, because this is going to slowly hit my face. Your hand's right in the way, so it's got to be dead level for that to fire straight through without causing any accident or anything like that. So stance, keep your catapult level, no matter if it's over the top or through the fork. So if I'm shooting over the top, we keep that dead straight parallel. Don't twist, don't pull, don't flick, nothing. When you release your catapult, don't flick this hand. There's no need to be flicking your hand. You're going to cause damage to your own hand. If you release the pouch, this stays dead still. Every time. So that's your step 2. Your first step is your stance. Second step, step 2. So now I'm going to talk about your pouch. So this is your pouch. I'm using a bigger ammo so you can see what I want to say. So now I'm going to talk about your pouch. There's your pouch. That's the ammo. I'm using a big ammo just for reference to show you, so it's easier for me. And what you want to be doing is pinching the actual ammo itself. And then when you pinch the ammo and you pull it back, you've got hold of the ammo. Don't bend this, because your shot will flick over. Keep that straight, dead parallel all the way across, and just let that slip through your fingers. Don't flick it, don't do anything, let it just slip right straight through. So when you're pulling it back, you've got hold of the ammo, easy release. And that's got to be the same all the time. Everything's a routine. Your stance, you're holding another catapult, you're holding another pouch, you're releasing another pouch. Go through it all in your head. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, right, is my stance right? Is my body right? Is this right? Is my anchor point right? My anchor point goes there, my pouch, just let it release, smooth itself. Don't snatch, don't panic. That slight little movement will make a hell of a difference when it gets to the other end on whatever you're shooting at. So keep practicing that over and over and over. Okay, we've got the target set up down there, which you can just about see, the little sticker. So what I want to do, because I know where my anchor point is, so this is your anchor point, this is your reference point. I'm going to put the reference point on the target, and I'm going to put my anchor point there, because that's where it normally goes. So if I was to shoot this normal and try and aim straight for the middle, I'll put that on the target. This will be going here, fixed, straight elbow, and I'll close my right eye. So I'll close my dominant eye. So if you're left-handed, you'll close your left eye. If you're right-handed, when you pull back, you close your right eye. Don't do the opposite because you will completely mess up. Right. So on this shot, I'm going to deliberately miss. So I'm going to move my anchor point and deliberately try and hit just above. I'll get this so you can see it. That's better. So I'm going to draw back, put that on my target. I deliberately went higher there, so you should see that. So that's what it looks like when the band's passed back. You put that on your target, and that's what that's your reference point. Now that shot went high, as you see in the other clip. So because the shot went high, that means that this is too low. So if this is too low, that's going to send the shot up. So what I want to do now is bring it higher, and I want to deliberately miss again. So because when I bring this higher, the shot's going to come down lower. So I want to make this shot go low so you can see from there again. And as you can see on that other clip, the shot has gone a lot lower. So now I need to bring it where the shot's gone lower. I need to bring it down a little bit more, but not as much as the first time. So somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to try my shot there. I'm presuming that's right. So that shot got him in the arm. You can see on the upper clip, you can see where it is. What I'll do is I'll mark off the first two shots now, and you'll see what I mean. So on there we have shot 1 at the top, shot 2 at the bottom, and shot 3 was dead centre where we wanted it. So just maintaining the same as what I said. If we stick to putting your shot and your anchor point and your reference point in exactly that same place, now that we've found it, if we stick to it, it should always go in that direction. And if it's going left or right, that's down to you moving your reference point. So you're moving that if it's going left or right. You don't need to. You need to put that bang on the target. So your target sits right in the middle of that band. Try and shoot his head. Missed. So this was the grouping on the shots. So we put 2 in here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 here, 1 here and 1 here. So that was your grouping, which ain't too bad. Now it's a bit awkward because the camera was in the way. Well, that's basically how to find and how really you want to be shooting through the forks. Now this fork over the top. So what you want to be doing with this is looking down the top band. So if you're right-handed and looking over, or whatever side you are, same thing again, dominant eye closed, so I want to close my right eye over the top of the band and I want to aim down that band. So that's going on, that band's going on my target. And put my target there. So that's going to go right in the middle of my target. This is going to go back to my anchor point that I found. Now on this frame, the fork gap's more or less the same. So nothing changes. If you get a different size fork gap, then your anchor point will change, you'll find. So if you've got one frame and you're shooting it well, and then you pick another frame up and you think, I'm not shooting this quite as well, what's happened? Something's happened. The fork gap's probably different, which means that your anchor point will change slightly. So then you need to find a new anchor point if there's a different fork gap on your frame. This is the same, so I ain't going to find a different one. So I'm aiming down the bands, back to the fixed anchor point, and release. And I'm going to put a fresh sticker on, see how that goes. So I've already gone over, if you're going higher or lower, how to adjust this. It's the same with both frames, different styles, it's the same technique. So I don't need to go over that again. I'm just going to let a few shots off with this. We'll show you how we're aiming down the band. Now I'm not as good as I am with the other one with this, so you just have to excuse it if it's no good. So bands down to the side again. Aim. That was high. Down the side. Through the middle. Down the side. Through the middle. I seem to have a lot more power in this. Down the side. And just slightly above. And that's it. Plenty of practice. Get something big, get something that's going to stop at the back. Get plenty of practice in with it, and eventually start bringing your targets down smaller. So there's a result of the OTT. So we've got a shot here, one dead centre, a few off to this side, one was high. So that ain't a bad grouping. Like I said, you know how to adjust yourself. You can see the difference in the power of them shots. They was going straight through, whereas the others wasn't. So we'll have a little go over a little small spinner in a minute, but that's pretty handy. If you can start getting a grouping like that, you want to be putting a can up, like I said, bottle lids, then down to bottle lids, small spinners. So there you go. That's basically it. That's your basics, what you need to know. So all you've got to do is, once you've got something up like that which is big enough for you to aim at and you can see where your shots are going, that's why I say put a piece of cardboard up or a piece of paper or a bit of board soft like that, or insulation, something, so you know where your shots are going to go. So there's no guesswork. Once you've had your shot, if you're higher, lower, to the left, to the right, wherever you are, you'll see where your shots are. Mark them with a pen and just keep practicing. And then fine tune yourself, as long as you're doing what I say with your reference point, keeping that on your target in both places. And then all you have to do is learn to adjust your anchor point where you need it. So once your anchor point, you find your anchor point, fix your anchor point. I know I've said it in some of the other videos, fix it there, keep it there, you don't need to move it, and that it'll just become mandatory. As soon as you draw back, straight to the same bit, arm up, release. And then the more practice you get, the better you get. You'll pick it up in no time, honestly. With the right frame and using the right techniques that I've showed you, you will pick it up. I picked it up fairly fast. Once you've done that and you're starting to get a nice tight grouping, like on that sticker, we've got nice tight grouping on there. Put a bottle up, put a beer can up, put a can of Coke up, or any other brand, you know, can of fizzy drink. Put the empty can up, keep shooting that, shoot that, shoot that. Then when you feel confident enough, drop down to a little spinner or a small target. A lid, bottle lid. Bit bigger, 40mm spinners. You can make your own spinners, you can make them out of cardboard. Put one of them up, keep having a try at that and a practice at that. And if you're confident enough that you can hit at least 5 out of 10 on a small target, you're ready to go hunting. Simple as that. So good luck with it. That's it. I'll have a few shots on the spinner in a minute, and that's me. So I hope that has helped somebody. I've tried to explain it the best way I can. I don't think I need to go into too much more detail. It's not simple, but it's an effective way of how to shoot, and that's it. So thanks for watching the video. Thanks for everybody that watches my videos, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm not going to tell you to do it, but I'd like you to do it. Alright, got a few more videos planned this year, some hunting trips, some kayaking trips, so keep an eye out if that's something that interests you. A bit of bushcraft, survival, living off the land. I want to do a 3-day survival where I'm just going to eat what I kill, cook it, and that's it. If that's something that interests you, stay tuned. There's your target. When you pull your bands back from a distance, that's what you want to be looking at. So where you are, this on your target, just like that. And the same with over the top. So if I'm over the top, I'll put that on my target there. No matter what distance you are, put that on your target, and that's your anchor. That's your reference point. Mill spinner, roughly about the size as anything. So there you have it. You've heard it from me. I am by no means an expert, but that's what I know. It works for me. It might work for you. I hope, and it does. I'd like to keep in contact. If it's helped you, leave a message, and if you think you can help a friend, share the video on. Hit the subscribe. It's either in one of them two corners, I don't know. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, because the more the merrier. I appreciate them all, and I appreciate the views. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my other videos, and that's it.